Economists, in response to an oil embargo by major producers, the International Energy the International Energy Agency monitors global supplies and transition of sustainable energy sources. Gas prices have risen sharply across Europe as a result of depleted stocks, a strong recovery in demand, in particular from Asia, and low supplies from Russia. Other factors include a particularly cold and long heating season in Europe last winter and lower wind energy in recent weeks, according to the International Energy Agency. Electricity prices are also soaring as Russia step-backed exporter of pipeline gas exports this year is to a level close to the historically recorded high, which was reached in 2018. Kakati banange nzaba datesa mbadde wano nganywa ka chai kange lunaku lwencha ndoza janywa ka coffee naye ndowooza wiiki ejja twandikwasaganyiza awamu emikono nenywa ku buugi ndudde okunywa ku buugi nali njagala nnyo obuugi bwa soya personally back in the day nga bumpoomera nze ng'omuntu era oba omanyi nti gy'oli eyo nga nawe oli munywaabo osobola okunteeka ku timetable yo eya wiiki ejja. Let us head into our topical discussion in regards to the business stories that have actually been here, and just to take a look at what is making headlines in that particular regard. Now let's first take through Let's dip into this particular story regarding the Media Council in Uganda here, where this particular happened at the presser at the Media Center in Uganda, in Kampala, where the Finance Minister, that is the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Matia Kasaija, together with the Deputy Governor of the Bank of Uganda, Michael Atingi Ego, were actually talking of the issue of reports that are coming up that are causing alarm among the people in Uganda regarding their mobile money accounts and the safety of their money in that particular regard. And according to the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, he came out and refuted the media reports that the government is planning to take over or taxing unclaimed balances in the bank accounts or mobile money. Earlier on, the Permanent Secretary for the Ministry of Finance made the same alarm, as well as the Bank of Uganda, claiming that the government does not have such intentions because they cannot use the public money they cannot use money on people's accounts to carry off the debts. There are always ways in which the government can actually get this revenue to actually settle off the debts in terms of the taxes that come on board. And according to the minister, and Michael Atingi Ego, the Assistant Governor of Bank of Uganda, said that the government has no intentions of taking over the unclaimed balances in bank accounts and mobile money accounts. They say that according to the Section 119 of the Financial Institutions Act 2003, a dormant account is one that has not had any activity for a period of 2 years. And after 2 years of inactivity, the financial institutions transfers the said accounts to a separate register of a dormant accounts in its books, and a notice in writing of the action is sent to the depositor at his or her own last known address. Last week, we had a lawyer who is practicing in terms of financial situations, and yali atuyisa mu bago erya National Systems Act erya 2020. Eno bill yali tabled mu 2019 okulaba nga National Systems Act and National Payment Systems Act regulating mobile money ne financial institutions awamu n'ebikwasaganyizibwa bya sente. So it is just a regulation, just like UCC is regulating media companies as well as telecommunication companies and everything to do with communication. So this is the same way as the National Payment Systems Act is actually regulating payment or institutions or anything to do with monetary terms. Naye, of recent reports zibadde zivaayo nti government planning quarter sente zino eziri ku account. Wotunulira ku accounts wotunulira ku sente okusinziira ku reports ezijja, dormant accounts zino eza mobile money sokere kwezo eziri recorded zirinako sente ezitotolinga up to 17 billion Ugandan shillings. Sente eziri awo oba tugambe sente ziri mu money's land. The government does it the government is not entitled to that money as of now, and neither are the telecommunication companies. Njagala fena tukitegeere kati. Then now omuntu kati sente zino ziri wakati wa entities ziri wa entities satu. Nyini account, who is the account holder, the telecommunications companies who are regulating these particular mobile money accounts, the government through the National Payment Systems Act, which is regulating body zombie, customer, account owner, and the telecommunication company. Kati chiri nti 17 million zino zijja zitya. According to the National Payment Systems Act, womalanga account yo, mobile money account yo, wemala emyezi mwenda eziri direct 9 months nga it is dormant. Which, why am I saying dormant? Nga to carrying out any transaction in regards to, let me say, you're not receiving any money on your account, but it's valid as a mobile money account. Igwetofuna yo yadde ka message kagamba eleta manya ki dia eyo gwetogifunangako for straight 9 months. In the same period of 9 months, you have never, but of course if at all you don't receive any money on your account, tosobola withdrawing, so it is just automatic. You only withdraw when you've received money. Kwegamba account yo te depositing bwangako sente gwe kenyinto sobola nakweva mno gamba let me keep some money on my account, and you have not carried out any transaction in terms of buying airtime using mobile money, sending money, a account budget deferring anga dormant. In the same way, if you're keeping money on your account naye nga tezivaako zisigaddeko, toyina gwoziweereza, toyina tokula airtime, tokozesa data, ziri okwo gifudde banka yo. So for 9 months it is actually going to be rendered redundant. Why? Kuba balaba nti there is no inactivity. Baji following ne balaba nti for 9 months they will, even as the period of 9 months is elapsing, baji atandika okuweereza message as you're heading into a year of no action, but I'm going kuweereza message nti are you still there? Omanyi message zijeza mobile money olaba ne waitawo week emu, at least MTN ekuweereza message negamba nti or any other telecommunication company nekuweereza negamba nti make sure you safeguard your PIN. That is not a way. Aoba kujjukiza nti mzee account yo nno teri serious, tonateeka yokko gwe toyinayo gwoweereza kasente, toyinayo bakwagala bakuweereza ku sente, oba you don't have bills that you can pay using your mobile money. So mu technique nti safeguard your PIN okitegeera. Kati in this way it is the same effort as to why the government is actually saying kati mu period y'emyezi omwenda tukyatambula mu period y'emyezi omwenda we bategeera nti message bakuweereza ne bagamba work on your mobile money account before they block it. Kati by the time the 9 months elapse and we are heading into 2 years now, account yeyo nga bagisiba. Ate kino kituuseewo nnyo nti wabaawo abantu abafudde nga ku account ye kirabika kuliko miliyoni nga 10 miliyoni 5 ya mobile money, oba ne wabaawo omuntu nga yagenda to actually attend studies abroad n'aba nga account ye yagireka eri dormant wano, tugambe MTN mobile money account eriko miliyoni 5, agenda mala emyaka nga 2-3 nga ali wabweru asoma. Kati account ye eri dormant eriko sente bazisiba for safety reasons. Kati mu period eyo basibidde account bakuwa emyaka 7 okuzigoberera. I'm trying to clear out before we actually go deep into the story nti government okuvayo negamba nti these stories nti bagenda kukozesa sente z'abantu okupaying off debts si bituufu as of now according to what the government says. Kati nkuwa period eno mu period ezo ey'emyaka 7 bakuwa chance okulaba nti genda ogoberere ku nsonga eno. One oyinza okukozesa amateeka n'ogenda in the courts of law, oba osobola ogenda ku the different customer service centers n'ogenda n'ogoberera ku nsonga eno olaba oba account esobola okubeera redeemed. Eyo period eyo ey'emyaka 7 mwolabidde nti biliyoni ezo 17 eziri ku accounts ezo kati waliwo abantu abali mu zigobako naye tebannazijjayo. Ate mu eno period government ekyayongerako eza accounts eziri redundant, as most people are claiming nti ba loved ones baabwe baafa. The government has not yet even come out to tell us kati omuntu ng'afiiriddwa sente ezo ziyinza obba sizize naye ng'ayinza obba afiiriddwa taata we nga taata yabadde breadwinner w'ewaka nga ku akaunti ya taata kubaddeko miliyoni nga 3 ng'abaana baagala sente ezo bazikozese maybe bapaying school fees and even to do something at home to provide themselves with a business maybe egenda obbayamba ekyo gavumenti tenajja kutegeeza. And according to the section 119 of the Financial Institutions Act of 2003, off away from the National Payment Systems Act, and according to the National Financial Institutions Act of 2003, a dormant account is one that has not had any activity for a period of 2 years. So, mu period y'emyaka ebiri, really, olaba ne wobanga ogenze mu banka, mu banka y'emyaka ebiri, gwe tojjaayo sente, account yo tedipositingibwangako sente, bumanya nti mu banka tulina account y'omwami ono, ti omwami ki mwami Sonko, tumulina mu banka. Account name Sonko Joram Pope. Akola ki? Akola ku TV. Banga kiri amaze nga tafunayo tateekayo tebamuteerayo yadde sente. Oba gwe naye kenyini mu business zo mwami Sonko toyina sente zo depositing eri account nga baginyige pesa tu. Kati oba olina okuddayo gigoberera. So clearly you would see why this is following up in that particular incident. And after 2 years of inactivity, the supervised financial institutions transfers the said accounts to a separate register of dormant accounts. Kati chovola bazino billion 17 zili ku mobile money. Zezo accounts zeba registering the dormant accounts. So clearly the government etekawo ensonga eno okulaba nti ogoberera sente zo. It should be recalled that in May 2020, the Parliament passed into law the National Payment Systems Bill 2019 into law, and the President did proceed by signing the legislation into law, making it the first official law to regulate mobile money since its inception in 2000. Clause 57 of the 90 of the National Payment Systems Act prescribes how financial institutions can handle the matter of money on dormant accounts. Meanwhile, Clause 57.1 stipulates that an electronic money account that has not been registered or that has not registered any transaction for 9 consecutive months shall be considered dormant. Gyentandikidde nti okusinziira ku mobile money oba electronic money transaction webanga gundiyo if your mobile money electronic money account that has not have any registration of transaction nti mu myezi mwenda egyogoberera nga gwe toyinayo transaction yonna gy'ofunye eddiya nga newakubadde terina omwakubidde kasimu nagamba naye waaye enamba yereeta mannya ki kebe birthday kebe weekend kebe simanyi oba kebe nti omuntu akuweerezaayo akulowoozezaako mu myezi omwenda egyeddiringanwa nga gwe tofunanga ku ssente kale ziyinza obbaako naye nga tolina gwe wali oziweereza tosasulanga ku mobile money. It is actually referred to as a redundant or a dormant account ng'eyo bagisiba bwe bati kati oba olina okutawanyika ogenda oginoonyeeko manye mu nsi muno kasita bakusibamu bwe bati ebintu ebimu. Me, I have my issues when it comes to some of the sectors in the government, when it comes to, first of all, the National Identification and Registration Authority. For years and since time immemorial, nchagoba ku National ID ndaga muntu. Eyo nsonga nayo nkulu. Kati tebereze ensonga ya sent. So before the things actually happen, ojja kwekanga nti offices za government n'ebintu ebimu be taking a time. So oba oyina at least oyinayo 12,000 ng'omanya account emaze emyezi 5 tekola ziteeke ku simu otiise ku MTN oba at least genda mu menu okebereko what is your account balance in that particular one. All right, now let's first take a look at this particular story in regards to what we have actually been discussing of how the finance minister together with the Bank of Uganda have actually come out to refute claims coming out in the media in regards to people's accounts. Take a look. I'll be right back.
Sometime about 1 week ago, there was rumors going around on your social media that the government wants to confiscate people's money. The government cannot confiscate your money. We can confiscate it if I am ordered by court or something like that, or you have gone against the law. So we want to give you the facts.
The Bank of Uganda actions are enshrined in the laws of Uganda. Bank of Uganda cannot do anything that is inconsistent with the laws of Bank of Uganda. But just to emphasize what the minister said, that we are committed as Bank of Uganda to deliver on our statutory functions and mandate of fostering price stability and a sound financial system. Bank of Uganda cannot therefore take any action that runs contrary to this. So, all this that has been doing rounds in the social media and what have you, that government wants to tax, government wants to take this money, certainly is inconsistent with fostering a sound financial system. And there's no way that can happen, because if government were to do that, people would run away and draw their money from the banking system, and that would create instability. So there's no way that can happen. So let me just say a few things. The laws that the Honorable Minister referred to are close to 20 years in enforcement. The Financial Institution Act 2004, enacted in 2004, is now about 17 years. And the MDI Act that the Minister referred to was enacted in 2003. That's close to 18 years. So, has anybody lost money because the account was dormant?
The Minister of Finance, Economic Development, Honorable Matia Kasaija, and Michael Atego Ego, the Assistant Governor, Bank of Uganda, says that the government has no intention of taking over unclaimed balances in bank accounts and mobile money accounts. According to Section 119 of the Financial Institution Account 2003, a dormant account is one that has not had any activity for a period of 2 years. After 2 years of inactivity, the supervised financial institution transfers the said account to a separate register of a dormant account in its books, and a notice in writing of what action is sent to the depositor at his or her own last known address.
You cannot run an economy in that way. It's impossible. People want to predict what will happen. So imagine if we were not controlling these things scientifically and logically. An investor comes here, brings in his money today, say $1 million. 3 months down the road, that $1 million now has been depreciated to $500,000. Are you getting the message? Nobody tomorrow is coming to rob you. Nobody tomorrow is coming to harass you when you have not broken the law. If you break the law, of course, the police will have to do something, because you are becoming now a rotten apple within the society. The police will remove you as a rotten apple so that you don't infect the other people, to keep your country stable, moving, both politically, security-wise, and economic-wise. Then we shall talk about a stable community, a stable Uganda, and a developing Uganda. Without that one, I am an old man, I've told you what happened during those days. The shilling was depreciating at of course there was also that insecurity question, there's no question about that, you know that. During our minister's time, we never lived lives, because you would never know when you die.
It should be recalled that in May 2020, Parliament passed into law the National Payment System Bill 2019, and President Museveni proceeded by signing the legislation into a law, making it the first official law to regulate mobile money since 2000. Clause 57 of the National Payment System Act prescribes how financial institutions can handle the matter of money on dormant accounts. Clause 57 stipulates that any electronic money account that does not have any registered transaction for 9 consecutive months shall be considered dormant. Bedson Mumbere, Smart 24.
You've heard it from the horse's mouth in regards to that. He's an old man. Ate omusajja omukulu bw'ayogeranga kyayogera aba akitegeeza. Abaffe kannenywerewo ka chai tuveko mu kuwumula katene. I still have news coming up for you. Keep it SMB.